Welcome to the Mononofu podcast, where every other week we go over Memorial Clover Z news and discussion. We got a lot to cover today. I'm Aaron, aka Sonic Boom. We have Mark from the UK, aka Social Anime Guy, aka
Yo,
Rodeo, the Mononofu.
yo.
Uh, and this week we got some problems. As you remember last week, we lost Jake to Shirome. But the good news is we recovered his body. So he's here, but he's unconscious. So hopefully he'll be able to talk with us later in the episode. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, unfortunately, we also lost David in the process. The only way we could retrieve Jake was if we traded David for him for a couple of episodes. However, we do have a guest with us today. So please give it up for Alberto, aka Alberto T621 on Twitter.
Yo, what is up, listeners of the Mononofu podcast?
Yes,
Welcome.
we do have a lot to discuss today regarding news.
A lot. A lot's been happening the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly due to the 8th anniversary and then lots of other things that have been happening. 2 birthdays, stuff like that.
Happy birthday, Shiori and Arin, by the way.
Yes. Sonic Boom picks the image quite well, actually, I think, don't you, Aaron?
Yeah. I,
Um,
I picked it just because of the birthday. I thought about it earlier today. I was like, I wonder what I'm gonna use for the podcast. And for those audio listeners, it's a picture of Shiori and Arin in JoJo kind of
JoJo's.
art style. Yeah, and they're also posing. It's pretty cool.
I think starting from this episode, I might actually include all of the images we do in the description for the audio one, so people can take them if they would like. That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
So,
cool.
if you are an audio listener, you'll be able to have a look at those images later, so you're not missing out. And in the meantime, might as well get straight into things because we've got quite a bit to cover today.
Yeah, man.
But
Lead us off.
before we start, I think since we have a guest, we should put them on the spot. Don't you think?
That's always
Sure.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're very kind like that. So, Alberto, how did you get into Momoclo?
Well, I'm gonna try to keep this uh nice and concise. It started with the Pokemon anime back when they were white anime, and the ending of that time was song "Mite Mite."
Wait. So it was the ending for that season?
Yeah,
I thought that was like in a movie.
no, it was the ending for the show.
Oh, okay.
And like when it comes to like anime openings, and I don't really look up who song. So like I wasn't interested in like looking up who did this and so so what I did was like I just listened to the self like I found like the full version on YouTube, a little
Uh-huh.
video of Meloetta dancing.
Yeah.
Then I would just listen to that.
And
Uh
then and then from there.
from there one day I saw like a video like on the recommended section, and it was like I don't know what drew me to that video, like the thumbnail, but like I was like, oh, why not? Let's click on it, and it was a video of them doing Saraba, but it was like you know how they do like on a morning show, they do like an abridged version of a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, what is this? I need more of this. I like what I did was I googled the name of the song because I had to like copy and paste it because the song was really long and I couldn't like remember it. And then their name came up, so I like copied and pasted the name back into YouTube, and from there I just started watching like videos.
To be
Well,
It was
so
just
like so you just got into Momoclo even like though you didn't actually know it was Momoclo that did both songs.
No, I didn't know they did Mite Kochichi, but when I heard Saraba, I was like, I need to know more about this. I need more of this.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
I didn't
that's
find.
kind of weird. Like you didn't know what the group was. Like even when you heard the first song, it was only
Yeah,
until after the second song that you realized, hey, this is the same people.
no, it's not even that. Like it took me it took me a little bit to realize, hey, this is the same group that does Mite Kochichi, because I didn't even realize they were the same people. I just like saw on the side of YouTube, the recommended section.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
saw a thumbnail that like caught my eye, and I was like, I guess why not?
I mean,
And it was down the rabbit hole from there.
down the rabbit hole. I mean, to be fair, that's a bit similar to how I'd listened to Mirai Bowl before, like Mugen no Ai, without realizing Mirai Bowl with Momoklo. But then Mugen no Ai made me look into them more, and then I realized, oh wait, it's the same people. So
Right.
it's similar in that regard, actually. When you think that way,
Yeah.
but
Anyway,
what I that Me to Me the Kochichi dance video is just, it's very cute.
It's adorable. Meloetta doing a little dance. That was so
Yeah,
cute.
I just love like all like the Pikachu style, like the Pokemon outfits. Like Al Sheeran's got Pikachu,
Yeah.
um, Momoka Bulbasaur. I think it was Bulbasaur she had for it. I would have to
yeah,
look.
Momoka did have Bulbasaur. Aryan had Jigglypuff, and then Randy had Croagunk.
Krogunk, yeah,
And then Kanako had
Charmander.
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 Yeah, that was pretty cool. And yeah,
So yeah, so after I heard that first video of Saraba, like the first music video I clicked on was Ikuze.
oh, Ikaze.
So I already like I heard that like shorter version of Saraba, then I heard Ikuze, then I heard I think Mugen no Ai or Otome Sensei. One of those was the next video, something like that. And then from there I just kept watching all the videos on Stardust channel.
And then Stardust channel got blocked.
Yeah. Just
And
they hate
then,
us.
Unless you're like us, where you're not in America.
hey,
They
I
hate
can still
America.
watch those videos. I got them. Just
I
saying.
mean, proxies.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I am pretty curious, Alberto. What got you attracted to Rennie? Why is Rennie your Oshi?
Okay, so I don't know why, but when I first saw that Saraba video, like my eye just followed her, and
Mm-hmm.
then like as I kept like watching more music videos, I kept noticing her more. Like she stood out to me more out of all the others,
Mm.
just from like the music videos and stuff. And then like I saw more like those like variety show and like behind the scenes and Momokuro-chan and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then like where I could see all of them like with where their personalities come out and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's what really like she's like silly but like a sweetheart and like all of it just like I,
Yeah, like
that
she's really silly, but she's also like really chill at the same time. She's
exactly
always smiling. I really like that she's always smiling. She has a wonderful smile.
She feels like she genuinely looks out for the people. And one thing that I always appreciate with Rennie is that you always see that she'll just sometimes randomly pop into a store and do some signings, or when
yeah
where was the pot where was they doing the concert again, where there was the Murasaki station, and she did that huge like that mini meetup with a load of fans outside the station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
exactly
remember that.
I remember the Ustream video that because I had a Ustream video that they did around that time where they showed like all the like they showed them go through the station, they showed them just like talk on the train, and then they show them while they're taking the picture, and there's some like she intentionally points out some of the younger members of the group, like the fans that are there, and gets them to come to the front and like stands with them to take the picture, and then like pays close attention to them, and then like pays a lot of attention to the other fans as well. she genuinely tries to make sure everyone's happy and everyone's looked
Yeah.
after. Basically, I think that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And I do have a lot of respect for that.
I like them all.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we all like them
I've
all.
grown to like them all.
Yeah.
Like at first, I just like kind of liked the rest, but like you know, over the years.
Well, at first I wasn't. See, this will annoy you. I wasn't the biggest fan of Rennie because I just thought she was too eccentric. But then once I got more into the group, I was like, oh, actually, there's a charm to that, and she's also there's a lot to her, and she's like quite. And then you got, of course, the kind personality that came through from that, and then my opinion changed quite a bit from there.
Just by saying that you at one point didn't like Rennie, Tammy is gonna give you a nice scolding.
Yeah, I just realized that was probably the
Yeah, get
biggest
ready for
mistake I
that.
could make. It's not that I disliked her; it's just she was probably my least favorite at the time. But now I wouldn't say any of them are a least favorite. It's just that I have an Oshi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love them all. Definitely what Alberto said. I liked one, and then the rest grew on me. Uh,
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's how
yeah.
most people got into the group. Just one of them stood out, and then progressed from there.
Mm-hmm.
you can't not love them.
Exactly. Anyway, we do have a lot of news to cover, so
Yeah,
I
Maybe
would like,
we should get into that.
yeah, I would like Mark to lead us off on that.
Alright then, so we'll start with the first bit of news that we got. It was pretty much straight after our last episode aired. And we got a little preview of the Hanabi song that we mentioned in the last episode, which
Mm-hmm.
is going to be used for the drama theme. I think they performed it at an Angel Eyes event, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was the same event where people scored all those like very close videos of them.
Oh yeah, the really close-up pictures.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was from that event, the video that came up not long after with the little preview. And the song's sounding quite nice, actually. I'm liking you've got some of the traditional instruments mixed into it, and it's got quite a nice sound to it. What did you
Alberto,
think of it?
yeah, Alberto, what
uh,
are your thoughts?
the song itself I liked. But like what stood out to me was the choreography. I really like the dance. Even though it was like just a snippet of the song, not the whole thing.
Also,
Uh,
and a snippet of the choreography because you only had three of the members there.
yeah. So it got me interested to see like what it looks like with all of them.
Yeah, when all
You
of
know,
them are there.
exactly, and the full song too. But what really stood out to me was the choreography.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the video now. It's like Rennie is just kind of alone on the right side.
yeah, like the other members would be there, but because they're not, they keep the same choreography, so it's just stranded. It's like
Yeah.
it's just like all alone.
And then later Momoka is, and then they're uneven. Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't really work with only the three members, but it's nice that they gave a little preview of it all the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, with that as well, we also got to hear a bit of the Sailor Moon single because their version of the new Sailor Moon opening started airing on the TV show. I think it was last week, was it? If I
I'm
remember
not
right.
sure. Tammy can definitely fill us in, or maybe Alberto.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I hate anime. Anime sucks. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
But yeah, it was one of the episodes. I can't remember which one. It was quite a recent one, but they started showing Momoclo's version of the opening theme, and it's actually up on the Sailor Moon YouTube channel, the TV-sized version of it. And I think the single comes out next week. Actually, next week. Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's very close, and it's gonna have that song and then the ending, which is by one of the voice actors. But it's basically the first full new Momoclo song we'll have had since the albums came out. And based on what we've heard of that song, it's a really nice song.
Tammy says New Moon ni Koishite showed last Monday.
Also, it'll be in like 2 episodes it's been on then. Yeah,
I guess.
I remember it started pretty much not long after the podcast as well.
Maybe I should pick it up then.
Yeah, but what did you think of the song? Have you heard it?
Alberto?
I have. I have.
So what do you
Uh,
think?
I think it's really nice. I like it more than Moon Pride.
Whoa, really?
Uh,
That's a big
Ooh.
claim, sir. That's a big claim.
Ooh.
From what I've heard so far, yeah, I I I know it's a bold statement.
I mean,
That is a bold statement. That's like impact, bold with like a border around it. You got like the whole meme text there, dude.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I have.
It's a,
I'm a
it's a
pretty
solid
big
track.
fan of Moon Pride. I'm a pretty big fan of Moon Pride. So
Oh,
I
no,
guess I'm gonna be listening to this right after the podcast.
I really like Moon Pride. Don't get me wrong, but this one just I feel like this one has more of a Momoko feel to it.
I can agree to that. I mean, one thing that I'm actually inclined to agree to a degree. One agree to a degree. But one thing I thought about the Sailor Moon song and the Dragon Ball Z one as well, actually, is that while over time I came to love both, I felt like it missed a bit of a Momoclo feel to the main tracks on both of those singles. Like, it's still there, but I feel like other songs they've done, even when
Right.
they've gone into some, even when they did the one with Kiss, which was quite different to what they normally do, I still felt it had like a Momoclo feel to it. The Seishunfu had a Momoclo feel to it, even though it's more of a ballad song, for example. I just felt like other songs they've done have had more of a Momoclo feel than what Moon Pride and that one did. But yeah, I felt like this one had quite a bit of a Momoclo feel to it, which is what I actually quite enjoyed with it.
I have a kind of a bias because I joined this whole Momoclo train pretty late. My first, instance of hearing them was basically around this time last year. And the Dragon Ball Z song was already out, the Kiss song was already out, Moon Pride was already out. So my kind of like impressions of Momoclo come from those songs. So
Uh,
when I say I
Understandable.
really like Moon Pride, it's kind of like one of the first songs I started listening from Momoclo. So I have a huge bias towards those songs, even though you guys think those songs are like not as Momoclo-y as they could be. That's what kind of defines Momoclo for me. Those songs. So it's like, whoa, okay.
Oh yeah, well, everyone
I
has
I,
more
I
of an
don't want to like
attachment to a first song, really.
yeah.
Anyway, I am definitely going to check out this single right after the podcast. I haven't checked it out. Sorry. Sorry,
You haven't
Nick.
heard it?
No.
Really, I'm surprised actually.
Well,
Yeah.
you're in for a treat then.
You are.
Yeah. A lot of stuff has been covering my plate recently. Overwatch and Pokemon Go. Anyway, continuing.
Oh yeah, you have Pokemon Go, and I'm still so jealous about that. Anyway, moving on, we got some pack shots for the Momokuri Blu-rays that are coming out at the end of this month, didn't we? And they are
Yes, I'm
looking
looking at them.
Did.
pretty nice, I have to say.
So hold on. What is this like design? Is this like a
It,
schedule or what?
I think it's supposed to be more of like a, almost like a work, like I think it's meant to look like something that's work in progress almost. If that makes sense. So
I think I know what you mean by that.
like with the clear Blu-ray cases and then the discs that like show the almost like they're just like plain rewritable discs which they've wrote on what's going to be on them. I think
Okay, so
it's almost
actually,
meant
sorry.
it's almost meant to look as though it's like
It's supposed to have that like low budget feel.
yeah, but of course being quite a high budget thing.
Right.
Yeah, hold on. When I look at this, now that I've given it a solid look, I see a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet on the back. I see all these blank DVDs, kind of designs, and overall, I'm thinking this is like an office kind of theme, like an office workspace. Like, hello, this is supposed to be the Christmas DVD, right? Where does the title "Beautiful Survivors" fall into it?
Who really knows?
I disagree. I disagree. I really like the design actually.
I like the design. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but it's like an office kind of feel.
You
It's not-
don't think it looks too Christmassy?
No, really the Christmas thing about it is their outfits.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah, it doesn't give off that Christmas feel.
the spirit of
Well-
Christmas is dead here.
They are trying to sell it in the middle of summer, right?
Yeah, you don't like if it looks stupidly Christmassy, and you're selling it in the middle of summer. It might not necessarily do the best. I mean, it would still do well because it's monocolor Blu-ray. They always tend to sell quite a few, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's. I'm trying to think of the best way to. I still don't know the best way to put what I think it looks like in writing, or in words even.
Mm.
But yeah, I do like the design.
Yeah, I
And
like it too.
I think it also stands out from a lot of the previous releases.
Yeah, yeah.
In the like,
They actually went for like a design here.
well, I think it's harsh to say the other ones didn't go for design, but it's quite a different design to the others.
Yeah, yeah.
The one that's still my favorite though, like in terms of the Christmas Blu-ray designs, would be the 2013 one, which I have on my shelf if I go and get it for a second. Because what they did there is instead of having a Blu-ray case, like they put it in like a slip cover, and then they had this like mountain-shaped, like foldable case which you open up, which has the disc things inside, and then the booklet's like in a mountain shape as well. So it's not in like a traditional case in any way whatsoever, and it looks really cool. I'd have to get a picture of it somewhere. I might try and.
Oh
post
no,
it
no,
now.
I pulled it up on Google Images. Yeah, this actually looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's quite
Is it-
cool.
And then this looks Christmassy, and then you get the new one, and it's like, oh, this is like Microsoft Office.
It's different. It's different. It works. I think it would stand out on a shelf. I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I really like the CD color scheme though. I really like that.
But yeah. Anyway, should we move on to our next bit of news?
Yes.
You can read this one off.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you. Yes, you.
Yeah, you.
You.
I'm not really familiar with this. Like, apparently, there's this 3DS game called Band Brothers P, right?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Uh,
Explain that game for me a little bit.
Yes, I actually have
Yeah,
this
for those of
game.
us that don't know.
I have this game and I have like a couple of 100 hours into it. It's pretty bad. But
Really?
anyway. Oh yeah, I've played this game way too much. But anyway,
What kind of game is it?
it's a rhythm game. It's published by Nintendo in Japan only. But the way it works is, excuse me, one sec. Yeah, sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, so I end up occasionally pausing to catch my breath and occasionally splutter without all of you hearing it over the mic, so apologies about that. Anyway, it's a 3DS game where you use the buttons to almost mimic the 8 notes in an octave for a musical instrument, and you play as those musical instrument each note of a song on the different instruments as though it were not like any other rhythm game, but each instrument matches no matter the difficulty, just depends on how many buttons are in play. But that's not really too relevant. It's basically a rhythm game, the easiest way to put it. But alongside the rhythm game section of it, they have a radio section, which can just cycle through songs that are available to download, but it also does special radio programs where they've done crossovers with the Wake Up Girls anime. They've got a voice actor who plays a in-game persona called Ayasaki Yu, who does like 20-minute radio programs every week or two. So usually over the course of the tie-in episodes and the thing, there's about an hour's worth of original radio content that gets pushed out for free into this game every week. And this week they decided to add Momoclo into that. So for every day this week, Monday to today with the last episode actually, they've had each member do an individual episode and then have a group one for the finale to partially promote the summer concerts and to basically just have them talk is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, I mean that sounds awesome. I have to look up Band Brothers. Don't know what that game is. I- from I only know from what you described. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I definitely do want to listen to this stuff, even though I probably won't understand most of it.
It's
But
quite cool that they're branching out into something that they wouldn't normally do. Because they do radio shows anyway, but to do it like to tie in with the video game and in a way that's not getting to a different audience and who would normally hear Momoclo radio stuff or Momoclo stuff otherwise.
Well, that's just what Momoko does.
Yeah,
Step out of their comfort zone.
that is very true.
yeah, but like, where's the connection here? Like, who did Kawakami talk to get them on Band Brothers?
Well, it would have to be Nintendo, but I have no idea why. I mean, they've done it to link in with Tojinsai tickets, which, because the general sale started this week, which is actually another bit in news. If you want tickets for Tojinsai, general tickets are available to apply for until the 13th, which is Monday. But anyway,
Yeah, I wish I could go.
every episode they have, like, at the end of it's mentioned, oh yeah, you can apply for Touch Inside tickets. So it's to help promote the concert. But as well as that, they've each done their like solo episodes for each member. It was Kanako Monday, it was Momoka Tuesday, Shearing Wednesday, Rennie Thursday, Arin Friday, and then the group one Saturday. So it's actually quite a lot of content, about 15 to 20 minutes an episode, so they recorded quite a bit for this. It's not like a small time thing. And it's just a pretty cool little bit of promotion work they've been doing.
Yeah. I do definitely want to hear this stuff.
I mean,
Luckily we got someone on that with the recording, right?
yes, I am trying to get recordings from the 3DS for those at the moment. And yeah, they'll be good once they're sorted. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I've gone blank.
Hey.
Oh yeah, like one thing that's quite good is recently they released a smaller version which doesn't have the song editor or any free songs that come with it, but it's free, and it gets you access to the radio thing. So basically, any 3DS owner in Japan can listen to these instead of
Oh,
just
so
like,
they made like a light version of Band Brothers.
yeah, about a couple of months
Cool.
ago. So you don't necessarily need to have forked out the money for the full game to be able to listen to these either.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is actually. So basically, I think there's 8 million 3DSs in Japan, something like that. All of them could listen to this for free. And the episodes are available until the Toji Inside concerts themselves, so they're available for 2 months on there. So it's a nice little way to push themselves, actually.
Yeah, a very nice way.
But yeah, anyway,
Anyway,
I think we have a pretty big bit of news to cover as well that literally came in the last couple of hours. As the last
oh
bit of
yeah,
news
yeah,
before we actually get into the main topics for
yeah.
the episode.
Actually, this thing dropped while I was at work, and we were discussing whether or not to change the topic today because it was pretty big.
Oh yeah, we just decided we didn't really have enough time, but it was still, yeah, it
Pretty
was still pretty
major.
good.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. So yeah, David definitely wants to announce this, but we're gonna announce it for you. Momika came out. She came through with a solo album. Just it's all there. All Momika.
Mini album of 5 songs.
A huge album, 5 gigantic songs from the Little Giant.
Yeah, and
I know many people out there are like super stoked or are going to be super stoked about this.
not only that, she previewed all 5 of these songs on a radio program in Japan today, and as well as those 5, there was also an extra 3 songs which aren't going to be included on this one, but considering they've called this album her first mini album, she will be releasing a second with an extra 3 songs that will be part of her next album. So we
Dang.
had 8 solo songs in total that were shown off during this.
Way more than I was expecting.
Way more.
Momika is putting in work.
She is.
Oh, for
Now hold on.
sure.
The first song on here, "Feel a Heartbeat," didn't they do that on Folkmara? Didn't they do that?
I've not seen
don't
the
think so.
newest Folk Mirror yet, so possibly.
Not the new one with I guess they celebrate Arian's birthday.
Yeah,
Was that? I don't think that one. Like either the one where they celebrate Sherry's birthday or Momika's.
yeah.
I was skimming through them the other day, and I think I saw a title kind of like that, but I don't know.
But yeah, either way, we got. What's your opinions on some of the songs? Because we're gonna go into a full discussion on this another time, because we've not really had a full chance to look into it, because it was literally 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Yeah,
But just as a
David
quick,
also wants in on this discussion, so
Yeah,
yeah,
we can't just keep him out of the loop. That wouldn't be fair.
yeah.
yeah. But just for a quick first hot take, what do you guys think?
Impressed. And like uh especially with like Momoka, I had high enough hopes, and even then I'm decently impressed with all of it.
Decently impressed.
Decently impressed with all of it. Especially considering like it's her first time producing her own tracks and stuff. She did well enough.
All right, all right. Um,
The
I haven't had the chance to listen to any of this yet.
Have you
Oh,
actually done anything for this episode, or?
Yes, I have. I listened to Amaranthus, and I also,
oh, I forgot all about that.
yeah, I listened to Amaranthus, and I also went over the music videos.
But yeah, one thing I was impressed with these songs was the variety. There was quite a lot of variance between the different songs that she wrote. And
Yeah,
considering this is her first time doing this sort of thing, for there to be so much to vary between each song that she's wrote and each song to bring something new, it's quite impressive actually. Like, you've got, I was quite impressed with Feel a Heartbeat itself because it was quite a fast paced song. And I was expecting something more slow paced, but not that that was a bad thing, because the song was
right.
actually really strong. And then when you did get to the ballad one was able to impress me because that was quite different to Feel a Heartbeat. And then there was another song called Pedal, which was quite a bit different again. Each song had its own unique characteristics to it that for someone who's just started writing songs, for there to be this much of a difference between each one and each one to also be of quite a good quality, it's impressive, really. She has a lot of potential for writing her own stuff. And honestly, a couple of years' time, I wouldn't be surprised if she was being quite successful as a songwriter. 'Cause she has the talent,
I
for
agree.
sure.
Definitely. I wish I had some things to say about this album. I'm like, I really do want to listen to this stuff. I'm gonna be listening to it right after the podcast. Trust me, please.
Good.
I don't trust you, that's a problem.
Dang it,
I
Mark.
can be cold at times, but oh so truthful.
Anyway, but you gotta give me some slack. I didn't have time. I had to walk home from work today.
Yeah, I guess we can forgive you for that. But yeah, to give
But
the like
well,
summary of it. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
yeah. Just from what I see so far, I really like the album cover. Pretty nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have the
looks
art.
very chill.
I have the art for the album cover, like cropped onto the stream at the moment. It's just Momoka chilling at her desk with the piano in
Yeah,
front of her in the recording studio, which is quite representative of the whole thing, really.
yeah. Yeah. My first initial reaction from this album is that, oh my goodness, I know some people are just gonna be flipping over this. I'm gonna be showing it to them as soon as I'm done here.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
they will be flipping.
and I'm pretty happy that she has she pursued a solo album because she is definitely like the strong voice of Momoklo. So
Yeah, she
pretty
like.
excited to.
I don't think anyone denies that she doesn't have the best in terms of singing voice of each of the members. Whoever Yoroshi is, I think most people respect that Momoka has such a strong voice to her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one thing I feel jealous for is that there are people who, well, a couple of hours ago now, because Japan are ahead of us, they would have been able to hear all those solo songs sung at her solo concert, because that was today, if I remember correctly. Which
Is it?
is, yeah,
Is it?
I'm sure it was 11th of June, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm sure it was.
I thought it conflicted with Anime Expo.
Um, maybe it does. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I was thinking it might have been today. Either way, just to give like a full summary of what we heard about Momoka's album, we know that of the 8 tracks that were shown on that radio show, 5 are going to be on this first album, Feel a Heartbeat, which the tracks are Feel a Heartbeat, as the title, Drive Drive, Haraka, Another Story, and Kokoro no Senritsu. And the album will be premiering on iTunes on the 22nd of this month. So we
That's
only
less than
have
2 weeks away.
never mind that, it's 11 days away. It's quite close. It's quite a sudden announcement, and it has me really, really excited.
Wait, hold on iTunes?
On iTunes, yes. Not
Is it
sure
Japanese
international.
iTunes?
It might just be Japanese iTunes.
This chocolate lying over all over again.
All over again.
To be fair, with Chocolate Lion, they only put that on Rekachoku for like a month. And that is a real pain if you're not in Japan to try and get, at least on Japanese iTunes. It's just a case of having a Japanese account and a way to spend Japanese monies. Instead
Yeah.
of having to go through VPN loopholes and all of that jazz.
Well, even you don't even need a VPN loophole. You just need a Japanese credit card, I think.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't let you buy a song that way. I mean, the way I ended up using a loophole is using the Rekachoku 3DS app, because that doesn't check for IP addresses and it lets you use 3DS credit.
Oh, neat.
So I ended up buying it that way. Yeah. But anyway, that is all the news we have to cover. There was a lot this week, as you can tell.
Yep.
And even then, we could have easily covered the Sweets Paradise tie-in that they're doing with that chain of stores in Japan for doing birthday cakes for Shireen and Areen, which is really cute, but it's just loads happening that we've had to cut some little bits out. But anyway, I think we should move on to a certain album which a certain someone hasn't heard fully yet.
It's called Amaranthus, right?
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your opinions this week.
Yeah, but before we do that, I do want to confirm that Momoka's solo concert has not happened yet. That's going to be on July 3rd.
So I was wrong. Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal. I'll just go and cry my sorrows and my pride away.
No. Anyway,
While you do
Amaranthus.
that,
Yeah, while you do that, while you go cry in your little corner, we're going to talk about the album Amaranthus, which I actually have not listened to fully yet. These last two songs, they were all Japanese, and they were called Buryo Togen Nakayoshi Monogatari. That's the first song. And the second song was Katte ni Kimi ni.
Yes, they are two quite different songs to each other, but both really good.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start off with the first one. I'm just gonna refer to it as Monogatari just for convenience sake. I love and I also hate this song.
really,
You hate? Did I just
Yes.
hate the word hate
what
there?
could you hate about it?
Well, here's the gimmick with that song. There's like three genres mixed in with each other. I detected I detected electro swing, jazz, and just general like idol pop in it. Electro swing, I hate that genre so much.
Strong word.
Wow.
Hate.
Yeah, I mean it's not my favorite genre. I find it really like cheesy, kind of goofy. I mean, a lot of people think it's cool, but I don't really like it that much. The song starts off with a kind of like an electro swing kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
They have the electric sounds, and it's like the old timey kind of jazz, upbeat and all that.
Yeah.
But then they cut to the part where no, not Momoka, Kanako and Shiori sing. I think it's Shiori at the second part. It's usually Kanako then Shiori, right?
Yeah, it's like, are you talking about the da 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 that bit?
The like right after that,
Oh,
where
that
they kind
after
of
that.
Yeah, I don't know how to call that.
That bit.
Yes, that bit. That bit is when they kind of move away a little bit from the electro swing and they go like actual like full on jazz.
Yeah.
And every time that part plays, every time I hear that, I'm just like, okay, all right, this is awesome, because I like jazz. I like it a lot. And then there's like a little piano breakdown in between Kaneko's part and Shiori's part.
Mm.
I think it's Shiori that sings right after, right?
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
remember right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the one thing that um like had got me excited going into hearing that song, like before I heard it for the first time, was this was Kadain's return to Momoclo.
Oh, he wrote this?
Yeah. This is the Hyadain song.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a Hyadain song. Like, it had the zaniness, but at the same time, the musical coherency throughout the song to make it just the right mix to make it good.
Mm.
Like, it wasn't too crazy, but it still had the zany element.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I kind of associate electro swing with the zaniness, and it's when I associate the zaniness to electro swing, that's just something negative for me. And so ultimately, I hate this song, but I love it. So I hate to admit that I love it.
Good enough.
Wow, that actually surprises me that you are quite more negative on that.
Yeah, I usually tell people I'm open to all genres of music. I really don't care. I listen to hip hop, I listen to country, I listen to classic, I listen to everything. But this song made me realize I actually do hate one genre of music, and it's electro swing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I do have a little bit of criticism from the song. I feel that it kind of forgets what kind of song it is, like halfway through, or not halfway through, like towards the end of the song. Because you get this whole like jazz influence from the beginning half, and then you get like the little slow part, which is usually present in a lot of their idol like songs, where they kind of have the slow part, so you can just like wave your hands up, like put your pen lights forward for a little bit.
Yeah.
But after that bit, they go back into the chorus, and the jazz elements are kind of there. They still have like they still have the instruments present, but I don't feel like they stand out. And I feel like the song kind of forgets what it is towards that point.
I guess you can argue that. I mean, one thing that I was really like the one thing that I really liked about that song was especially the intro and the chorus bits. Those two bits were the bits that really stood out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had Gorilla Punch just before it on the album, where you got Momoko go like belting in on both tracks. Like the way she belts into this, and then it like switches between each of these members that they fight over this pudding. Which, because the whole story of the song is basically the fighting over this pudding.
Oh, so this is the song. Okay, because I saw the comic. I see comics about that part on Twitter.
Yeah,
With I saw that those comics when the song first came out, and it was explained to me that it was a comic based off of one of their songs. So, oh, this is the song. Okay, cool.
yeah. So like you've got both of them, and then I really love the chorus, especially when it just gets into it. So it's like, "I'm sorry, it's okay,
It's
go
okay.
man." Like
You see
that
it.
that that bit. If I'd like to have this album on and the Hakinioke album on when I'm driving, and if it gets to those bits, I like full on just join in. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like I'm just shouting it out in the car. No regrets, because I'm usually driving on my own, so I don't have to worry about people giving me weird looks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure people do in the cars next to me, but Who cares about them?
Yeah, you're off in your own little world filled with Momoclo and goodness.
Oh yeah, if I have Momoclaw on in the car, it's on full blast. Probably to the point where people walking along the side of the road next to me probably can hear it as well. The
Hey,
people who
that's like
aren't in the car,
perfect.
but
That's perfect.
I'm gonna get everyone in the entire region near me into Momoclaw through attrition from having it on as loud. But
Hey,
yeah,
do you think when Shiori learns how to drive and she's out driving, is she gonna blast Momoclo?
ooh, actually, that's a good question. Just like
Nah,
Sheeran driving all the members to like different concerts and like with Momoclaw on blast.
no, she can't disturb the Japanese silence.
Yeah, but no, like if like with this song, this is one of the songs on the album where it like takes me back, and if I'm driving, I'll be like singing along. Sometimes like I'm like tapping along on the steering wheel as well. And then if
Mhm.
I'm at home, like sometimes I'll pretend I've got a pen light in my hand and I'm just like doing the song with like with the pen light and just
Yeah.
like
It's definitely really catchy, and that's kind of the idol pop mixed in to
yeah
that song. Uh, like like yeah, it's electro swing, it's jazz, it's also infused with idol pop. Very catchy, very nice song. I hate to admit that I love it. That's why I love and hate this song.
yeah.
Definitely one of those songs that makes you want to just get up and dance.
Yeah,
Oh, for
Just
sure.
definitely. I
definitely.
hope they play this song when they come to the US.
Oh man, I hope so
Which
too.
which we still need to know dates for.
And it still
We
bothers
do.
me that we don't have dates.
Yeah.
Kawakami, what's up?
Well, Kawakami apparently made some comments on a talk show that he wasn't too sure about America, which seems a bit weird once you've made plans to do such a extravagant
I did
tour.
see that on Twitter.
But I don't know the full context of what he was saying, so I'm gonna refrain talking about that, and that would get us probably a little bit off topic. But yeah, I mean,
Um, well, here I'm gonna control it a little bit. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna talk about that little really quick because I did actually want to bring that up during the news segment. So a little aside, a little pause on Amaranthus. Uh, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of he doesn't believe that he'll be successful in the United States regions, or
United
just in the United
States and
States,
Europe, United
in the
States
United
and Europe.
overseas in general. But he believes that he can do a good job in Asia, just in general in Asia.
Well, they do have a lot more in like already going in like regions like Singapore and I think they have a decent bit in Vietnam as well.
Yeah, they did Vietnam earlier this year.
Yeah, Vietnam they did earlier this year, but
And,
Aren't they gonna
I
do like China, I think, or something?
yeah, well, no, they've not done China, but they do have a bit of a following in China. I think he'll be surprised at how well America goes, but it depends how ambitious he's going to be. Because those comments make me wonder whether when it gets to the time when he's doing America, maybe they might not try and do that big a push on like, say, they might not try and do what Baby Metal did and try and like see if they can sneak a performance onto like a late show or something like that. Like not necessarily to the same degree, but like I was thinking they could possibly try and like book a performance onto a TV show and do an a TV appearance to see if they can like try and bring awareness that way and try and push things that way. But if he's not too sure about success, he might not try that.
I remember hearing that last year when they came to do Anime Expo, they had plans to be on one of those talk shows,
oh,
but
really?
they like fell through.
Oh, surprising.
I think it was
You're
like
gonna
Jimmy Kimmel or something. I don't know all the details,
Jimmy
but I know they
Kimmel.
had something like that.
you're
But
going to
like the
have
plans fell
to
through.
you're going to have to give us some sources
Yeah.
after the podcast.
Uh, I saw them like last year on Twitter,
Okay,
Mm.
So I
you're
mean,
gonna do some digging. This is your
I mean,
homework.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and do some digging.
Yeah.
You're
What?
gonna dig that up, and we're gonna discuss that on the next podcast. Remember, everyone, remember, we're gonna do this topic next podcast. Where are they gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel? That's the
But
question.
again,
Yeah.
uh,
Well.
uh I'm just going off of faint memories from last year,
Yeah.
so I'm not 100% sure on any of this.
Yeah. Like next week we'll do like a full discussion on this, but
Yeah,
like that's
Alberto, if you don't come back with solid answers, you will be expelled. You will be
Okay.
off the podcast. Goodbye.
But anyway,
No, don't worry about it. Anyway, we're gonna bring this back.
yeah.
Aaron.
For my just before we quickly move on to the next track, probably the way I'd sum up Monogatari is probably that it reminds me of like how much Hyaline's been missed from Momoko's discography the last couple of years, because you can see that with how much Momoko have improved since he last did a song for them, you can see how much potential he has to make some really, really good songs with them. Like the song that he made previously was some of the strongest songs Momoko did, and I think this is one of the strongest songs on this album. And it's with them being a lot more developed in their voice, it shows that they have the potential to do some really, really good songs. Like with
Yeah,
how they've grown.
I hope he comes back for more. I really do. I really like the guy a lot. So, Alberto, thoughts on Monogatari?
Uh, I feel like it's one of the stronger tracks on Amaranthus. It's really fun to listen to. Um, it has that Hyadain feel. It's like much more like wacky
Yeah.
than the rest of Amaranthus.
I wouldn't say
You
more
know,
wacky. I think a lot of Amaranthus is quite zany. Like things like Sabaton to
but like,
Ribbon.
yeah, but
Well, I haven't heard that.
True.
it's not spoiler for Aaron. Well, I feel
Yeah.
like Saboten is more like calmer.
Control chaos.
Yeah, it's more controlled, but like Monogatari is just all over the place
In a good way.
in a good way. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think that's like the image I get when I listen to Monogatari is I see black and white 1920s America, people just dancing all over the place, doing the twist or whatever dance that was back in the day. And I just imagine like high, like fast paced, sped up videos of that era.
yeah.
Anyway, final thoughts? No? Okay, so we're moving on to the next song. Kate ni Kimi ni. Um, I will start off with saying that I think it's a good. I think I like it, but I got some problems with this song.
Hmm.
Um, I do like the synth at the beginning of the song. That's the first thing I wrote down here. I like the synth at the beginning. I like the instrument used for it. But here's my big thing. I think the song is kind of generic.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd say it's one of the weaker songs on the album, not that it's a bad song.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad song at all, but it doesn't really stand out. And I feel it meshing with other songs I've heard from Momoklo before. You know what I'm saying? Like Momoko, they don't have like a super unique song every single they do or every single album they do. There's gonna be some outliers that kind of just, oh yeah, that's a Momoko song, at least in my opinion. And this is definitely one of the songs where I feel like I'll be forgetting it. Uh, it's just it doesn't really have something that makes it stick out, but it's still nice to listen to, and it does showcase everyone.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't this also alongside My Dear Fellow, a song that was used for Tanaka at the Yankees for warm up?
Was it?
I'm sure I remember reading that somewhere. I would have to check up to be certain. But I think
This is
this was
also
a song that went with Yankees as well.
I was gonna say that this is also uh they're credited for writing the lyrics, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is this the one? I know there was one where they did the lyrics for
Yeah,
it.
this is the one that they wrote the lyrics for.
Hmm.
And uh just going off that, it gives off, to me at least, it sounds a lot like Ka Kimiga.
Yeah.
Itsuka
I
kimi ga kureta
Kureta.
kotoba.
I
But
do
no,
think
I
um
that
remember.
one was better though.
and that one
Yeah.
also they did the lyrics for too. So like
I don't think they did the lyrics for that one. I'm sure that was Miwa who did the lyrics for
pretty sure
that
they
one.
did. You
Wait,
sure?
hold on. Hold on.
I
Hold on.
remember them
Wait, hold on.
being
Wait, wait, wait,
credited.
wait, 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 wait. Mark, uh, I'm sorry I'm completely train wrecking this, but it sounded like you said that you wrote it. Like it was me who
No,
wrote those
no,
lyrics.
Miwa.
I'm
I,
pretty
I've,
sure they were credited.
I've got a horrible English accent and I've got a cold, so anything that I say is going to sound completely alien to anybody who's not from the northeast of England. It's just how my accent works. I meant to say miwa. Fine, like that. I'll exaggerate how the name is said just to make it clear for you.
It's no problem. It just sounded funny because it was
Yeah,
like I
fair
wrote it.
enough. But yeah, I meant miwa.
Okay.
I I don't know. I might be just going crazy, but I remember them being credited for writing the lyrics alongside Miwa.
That's possible, but I think it's I know the one that they did for the album, the first one they did on their own. Either
Right.
way.
I mean, unless you count Ano Sorae Mukate, which they also did.
Did they?
Well, not them specifically, but like the members who were there at the time.
Um.
Oh.
Fair enough. I've just been completely shut down from my whole thing. I I don't know how. Sorry.
Well, uh, just going back to Itsuka Kimiga, I think Itsuka Kimiga is recognizable. Like, I can
Right.
remember that song off the top of my head because of that part. Itsuka Kimiga kureta kotoba. But this song doesn't really have a part like that,
Hmm.
or at least I haven't heard it yet. I've listened to it several times in a row, but I'm like, you know what?
Well,
There's like nothing I
the
can kind of latch onto.
the chorus I'd say can. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I can still roll that off my head without like any push to try and like make me remember it. I'd say it's better than My Dear Fellow, for example.
Mm.
I know a lot of people like that one, but I think that one is quite a generic track.
I'd put them in the same range.
Hmm. That's probably the fair way to put it. Funnily enough, both seemingly done for Tanaka at the Yankees. And they're both ones that I don't think us particularly think of as being the top songs that they've done.
Mm.
But yeah.
Well, Tanaka sure knows how to pick them.
Yeah, that guy's a
Yeah.
legend. He's a beast.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't there another baseball player as well? Like, but not he didn't. He's not come to the US, but he's a Japanese baseball player who's also a big fan of Momoclo.
Probably.
Because I remember I was just browsing Twitter the other day. It was around, well, actually, it was just yesterday around Orange's birthday tweets, and I'm sure there was one from a Japanese baseballer, and like his
The
banners like
baseballer.
baseballer. I'm sorry, I don't like baseball. I'm not American. Oh, but like his banner was like Momoclo images, and then like he was making tweets about like basically every tweet that he makes on his official Twitter account is just related to Momoclo.
Awesome. I haven't heard that guy.
I'd have to get his account up, which I'll do after this episode. But yeah,
It will not be in the show notes because the Japanese do mind their privacy.
mm. But yeah. Anyway, we're getting quite a way off track here. So
Yeah.
final thoughts on the track.
Yeah. Final opinion on this track. The one thing that I do enjoy is kind of the mix of the guitars and the electronic bass synth. I feel like it was applied
Yeah.
well, really good. But at
Mm.
the same time, this song pretty generic. I wish I could understand the lyrics. It would probably be better if I could understand them. But right now, this song is looking kinda eh.
Fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, what we have now is the main event.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, the title is a bit of a clue to it, and we have gave a couple of clues about it on Twitter, but we were going to talk about music videos,
Dun, dun, dun.
and specifically
Da-na-na.
the pre-Z music videos. So the indie ones, and then the ones like Pinky Jones and Ikaze and etc.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, like, we're just going to talk about which one's our favourite and which ones stand out to us and our opinions on them. So, might as well go from the start. Momoiro Punch. What's everyone's thoughts on that one?
Alberto, you go ahead. The shining guest.
Well, for Momoiro Punch, uh, because it's their first one, their budget wasn't where it is now, so it's very kind of bare bones.
Mhm.
I do like, they have simple effects like the words. Some occasionally the lyrics come up on the screen. Uh, very very simple stuff. Uh, I like the little like there are certain parts where like their microphones get changed for peaches,
Yes.
and then towards the end they do bananas too, which I think is really funny. I like
Yes.
those little things, but aside from that, it's pretty simple video.
Yeah.
Amazing song. Memorial Punchy is probably one of the best songs from Momoclo. Am I right or am I wrong?
It's up
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's a big hit, at least in the top 20. At least in the top 20. Uh, yeah. This music video, however, it's pretty bare bones. They basically said, "All right, bring your act to the studio and we'll record you."
And then you
Kind of like what
guys.
they did with the Beatles. They kind of just said, "Hey, you guys already have a thing going. We're just gonna record a whole album. Just sit here and just do your act." And that's how they came out with their first album. Kind of the same thing here, obviously. Well, not completely the same thing, but they just showed off their choreography in a music video. And I think that the thing that makes it the most charming is when they switch off the microphones and stuff. My favorite part is when Akari has the banana.
The one thing that I quite liked about it is that that like, it's very like the youth just basically this empty studio which is just all doused in pink, and you've got like this overlay of like a flower in the corner and like things like that around the outside of the thing to give the thing a bit more life, that's just overlaid on top of the video. But then the whole thing is just basically them dancing. They've got fake mics in their hand. Like
Yeah.
if you go back and look at like really old Momoclo-chan episodes, and you actually saw it at the beginning of the Shirame movie, which we talked about last episode, when they showed a bit of their their training in the dance studio, where they've got these fake mics. It seems to be those same fake mics that they're holding on to while doing the choreography for this video.
Probably.
Because it's like you've got like the tiny bit of wire coming out, but then the rest of it's just not there at all.
Yeah.
And then it just switches to bananas, like you say, about halfway through,
Yeah.
for no
Oh,
particular reason.
yeah. One thing I do find pretty neat about this uh what's it music video is when it starts, it focuses in on like a lone peach.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's quite good.
Like
And when it
they did that to spice it up, even though all they had basically was the choreography available and special effects in post. But they start by starting off with that shot, I feel was pretty strong.
Yeah, I also
they also
like.
ended the video with a shot of the peach too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the one thing I like is how like they've got like the like introduction where it's like do 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 do, that bit.
And it's just
And like how it
the
just like goes
slideshow of
through,
pictures.
yeah, slideshow of pictures, and then it goes like a really fast pace go through all the pictures.
Yeah, and then,
That
like
is really cool, I think.
yeah, and that builds up to just the simple peach.
Plus, you've also got to consider this is their first single, so by showing images of them and introducing them, it's probably the best way to have their first MV, because really, unless you're one of the diehards who were at some of their like original like Yoyogi Park live, where you're like one of the 20 or 30
You're one of the
people
3 people
like watching them
part.
dancing in the park.
I wish I was there. I want to go back in time.
Go back in time, be one of the originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Who is this foreign guy?
Get one of those like really rare early versions of I think with Anosora, like one of like what like one of the songs where, because the Momoira Punch single got delayed, at one of their street lives they gave away like a
They
CDR
gave away
with an early
Dreamwave, right?
yeah, Dreamwave, with an early version of Dreamwave on a CDR, and like that's really rare. Like, be one of those
Yeah.
people. But yeah, like
Listen to that beautiful 128 kilobytes per second song.
yeah, but basically, unless you were one of those really early people, this is going to be your first exposure to Momoclo. So, as a way to introduce yourself to each of the members, it's good, even if it is sans Momoka.
Yeah.
Because of course she wasn't in the group yet.
Yeah.
She came in basically right after this, didn't she?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She came in during the promotion of it.
Yeah.
And her first music video was
Mirai e Susume. Nice transition.
yeah. What do you think about this music video, Mark?
This one, it has the simplicity of Mario Punch, but I think it's a better music video and overall. I really like, for example, it's got a lot more. Instead of all being in pink, it actually starts to because really you can tell that Momoclo were Stardust's first idol group. Because at first, like, it had them just doing what is quite a basic video with like all of them doing choreography, and then in this one, it's the first time they've done the color aspect, because the color aspect wasn't really there with the original video. It's just all of them in quite similar outfits. While here you've got each of them with their own color. You've got like how they're almost starting with the color gimmick from this video. Like, they're just trying loads of ideas and seeing which ones stick. And the color one was the one they tried for this video, and it worked quite well. But I think the colors actually make it a lot more vibrant and really add to it, especially when you get like partway through and they've got the members on those like block color backgrounds.
Yeah.
I really like that bit because the colors are really, they're really bold and the members stand out on them. And then I just think the video's really well done. Plus, Rennie gets hit in the face with a cake.
Yeah, she
And the
does.
part at the end where like
They show
after
it
the video
again.
ends. Yeah, they show it again, and she's like screaming. She has a
Yeah.
cake in her face.
That was great. It's cruel but great.
Yeah,
It's not cruel. It's just a cake. The face cake. That's it. Anyway, I think, uh, I don't actually. Okay, so here's just my opinion on Mirai S Susume as a song. I don't really like it that much. Uh,
What?
I don't like it that much. I don't hate it, but
Oh, I think we have a disagreement there.
I
uh
I mean
oh,
I mean I don't know. I don't know. I can't really explain my opinion right now, but uh, I kind
he
of don't
can't
like this
explain his
music
opinion
video.
on the podcast.
I don't like this music video just based off the song and Akari, how Akari looks in this.
She does have
Really?
the like eyeliner on a bit strong, I admit.
Yeah, and that's essentially just all that kind of I'm talking about. Just the overemphasized eyeliner. Everyone else looks fine. Just Akari eyeliner.
They took Cool Beauty a bit too far with the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but yeah, it's very simple. Uh, really strong. I do like the choreography though. I like the
yeah.
choreography for the song, and the cutaways to their poses in front of the solid colored backdrop. Pretty nice.
The one thing that the one thing that gets me though is when you look back at these both Momoyo Punch and Mirai Suzume, and you compare those music videos to their more recent ones, which are a lot more like fantasy. They've got a lot more like green screen with like completely
Bigger budget.
fantastical environments, which have no like almost very little basis in reality. And you compare it to these like these early videos where they're basically very, very, very much down to earth. You can see how much has been like a growth in where the group's come with not just budget, but like in styling. Like even when you look at the members and the hairstyles, every single member had a completely different hairstyle since what they had then. Like Shirin has twin tails at that point, and she has short hair now. Just for
Uh,
example.
yeah, Rennie kind of has like a single like she has like a bow. No, no, not a bow. She has like a strand of hair.
That's like tied up at the top.
Yeah, like she's got a bunch of hair sticking out, like a one tail.
Yeah.
It's not a pigtail. It's not, or it's not a. What am I thinking
It's not
of?
like a. It's not a full ponytail.
Yeah, it's not a full ponytail.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, they basically all had different hairstyles to what they do now.
Yeah, Momoka just has long hair now, doesn't she?
Yeah. That's the one thing that I like you really notice most when I think you go back to the older ones. Is it like the way that the members have changed since then, both in terms of like their ability to sing, but like also like the way they've changed their appearance since then.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't really notice it as much until you like compare like early and now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway.
One thing I will say before we move on, I think Kari kind of plays the camera pretty strong in the music video, and I like that.
She does definitely.
I agree.
It's
Yeah,
just
she plays it pretty strong. She's basically working it, and then at the very end, she kind of just reverts back to the Akari that is, typical Akari. She starts like laughing and stuff after hitting
yeah.
Rennie in the face with the cake.
Yeah, it's just the only problem is the eyeliner.
Yeah, I mean, Akari definitely knows how to work the camera. She knows how to look into it.
Yeah,
She knows how to give that look.
for sure.
But
But anyway,
I like how she laughs at the end too.
Ikuze Kaito Shoujo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty good MV, isn't it?
Yeah.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
The one
Um, Here, I want to say something. I wish I had a higher quality version of this.
Same. That's gonna be one of the best things to come out of the MV collection.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
You're gonna get HD music videos of every single video they've done.
Yeah. Alberto, what is your opinion on Ikuze Kaito Shoujo?
Uh, I I think that it goes more out of its way to like fit with the theme of the song because the song is about phantom thieves and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts off with them in front of like a brick wall with like spotlights following them. So it's like like escaped prisoners and that sort of feel to it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they have like flashing sirens on the screen. All these little things that like add to the theme that I really like. And then
Wait, hold on. I
uh,
do want to make a little note. I
okay,
always remember that this music video has a guy in it. Like
oh
this
yeah,
is a music video that stands out because they have the police officer just running with handcuffs in the middle of it.
oh
right.
yeah,
And I'm like, huh, that's usually not present in Momo Club music videos. It's usually just them.
yeah. Another person.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the foot soldiers that they were fighting.
That
Yeah,
too.
and the only other one, the only other one I can think is um Otome Senso.
Did they
They
have
had the Kawakami statue.
Oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah.
They also in Neo Stargate they had other
Oh,
people too at the beginning.
oh yeah, Neo Stargate they had.
Neo Stargate and Birth
Yeah, they had
or Birth
Kawakami
or whatnot.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, now we think about it, there's actually more than we thought. So I think our point's sort of redundant.
I mean,
Well, it's
there's
not really
also
like it's not really the only song I'm saying, but like I remember this song having just that police officer at the beginning.
Yeah. The thing I do remember about this one, I remember the very cute outfits that all of them have.
This is
Like
a legendary outfit.
Shiri made. Shiri made.
Oh, yes. Like not only okay, hold on. Not only do you get the Ikuze Kaito Shoujo Phantom Thieves outfits, not only do you get those, which are legendary, but you get like a random assortment of other outfits too throughout the music video.
Yeah, you get like Police Momoka, you get Maid
Shiori as a
Shiri,
French maid,
you get
Anako as a teacher.
China Dress Arine, Nurse Akarine. It's like you get the full like Rennie's a shrine maiden as well.
Yep.
Yes.
You get like just it doesn't really make sense in the context, but at the same time, I'm not really complaining.
The
Yeah.
way I
I seriously, hold on. Shiori made all hail. All hail Shiori made.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I honestly feel like because it just seems a bit out of place when you compare it to other Momoclo music videos. That I
the way I
think
always
it's another part of the universal influence that they had on the single. If you get what I
You
mean.
like you
right.
think that they were told to have these outfits?
I think so because if you compared every single other music video they've done, they've had the main outfit that they've worn for the song, but then that's been it. While this one, for not really any real reason, had like suddenly Sheeran in the maid outfit, and while they're not bad things,
Yeah.
they they didn't do it in any music video after that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh,
considering a lot of things that happened with the Universal thing that they've not done since, and a lot of the problems that Momoclo had with Universal, that I think that was also a part of it, although possibly a good part of it.
Mm.
Because of course Universal also had the like 6 limited editions or something of the single and stuff like that.
Right.
I have
Uh,
one of those. I have the Akari one.
I want the Shirian one, but
I
rip.
want all of them, to be
for
honest.
Same.
so for those outfits they were wearing, the way I always interpreted it, I don't know if I might be the only one. Uh, but I always thought of it as like the theme of like them escaping from prison with the brick wall and the spotlights. I thought of it as like them disguising themselves now that they're like out and that they've escaped. I don't know. I might be
A
Oh.
disguise in a maid outfit.
right.
Hey, that would work for me.
That's how I've always seen it, but I could be wrong.
Hmm. I guess,
No,
yeah.
yeah, I
That
definitely
does
feel
actually
on that one.
work. And trim jump. You get trim jump in this music video.
Yes, yes, you do. Glorious.
I think
Um,
honestly, out of all of the pre-Z music videos, Ikaze is probably my top one. Partially due to the quality of the song itself,
yeah.
and partially made cheering.
Partially or majorly?
Um,
Entirely.
Probably entirely, yeah. Not gonna lie.
I do like that they are uh summoning their inner influence from the Super Sentai series in this music video.
Yeah,
When they start fighting all those henchmen.
yeah. I mean, the one thing I do like is that this one, alongside Mirai Susume to a degree, is where you start to see the more playful aspect of the group come through more than you did with Momoira Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to see their personality shining through in the music videos more. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where they do their best, when they've got their personalities coming through as well.
Uh,
I
there's
would,
also another point. Uh,
Tammy, I wouldn't put it that way. I think it's very cute. I wouldn't put it that way. Come on. That's
Tammy,
uh,
mean.
please. Tammy.
to,
Al-
to
Alberto, didn't you have something?
right to add to your point about like their personality shining through. I also noticed again. I might be reaching here, and might be interpreting my own way, but when they're actually fighting, like I feel like you can sense sort of their personalities as well. Like uh, Kanako with a smile on her face, throwing these crazy kicks and punches. Akari with a very straight face, she keeps her cool. You know, Momoko trying to rip someone's arm off very aggressively. Like you can see their
Yeah.
personalities shine through a little bit
Yeah.
in those scenes.
At this particular point in the music video, I think when they cut away to their separate outfits and when they pose with that, I think that's more indicative of their personality, in my opinion. But when they're in the fight scene, I think that's kind of a little bit cheesy. When I first saw Akari just kind of kick, she didn't really have strong form.
That's what you paid attention to. You
Her
paid attention
Yeah,
to
form,
the quality of the fighting moves.
I mean that's something I look for. When someone holds a gun, I also look if they have trigger discipline. And Momoclo does not have trigger discipline.
trigger discipline.
You
The
could you
countless
could
times
you
they
could
pose
s-
with guns.
you could say it triggers you.
Hey, yes.
I'm sorry, I had to make the joke.
That was
Anyway,
fun.
moving on.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
just to finish up, like that is my favorite of the music videos
I
for
am
sure.
probably going to be really biased. I might think this is my favorite music video too, but Memorial Punch is also pretty high up.
Mm.
But yeah. I really like the cutaways to Akari when she does her little bits.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
honestly, as much as Akari is pretty big on this, Maid Shiori.
Yes.
Anyway, another music
Hail
video that has
Sherry.
pretty
Hail Sherry.
hail the Maid Shiori, hail it. Hashtag Maid Shiori. Get it trending tonight.
Yes,
Anyway,
a slightly better hashtag.
yeah, the last time we were too
Eager.
irresponsible with our hashtags.
Yes.
Hashtag rest in peace of Mononofu. He's still here. He's still unconscious. He's actually
we're
sitting
just-
right next to me.
We're
He's
trying
just
to wake him up.
yeah. We can't get him to talk for some reason.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, another music video that does have pretty interesting outfits is Coco Nuts.
Yes, coconuts. Kokoro meets Karanaize. Papaya, mango, coconuts.
Cody. No, stop.
Ichigoji.
Yeah, this is a good MV.
This is the music video that stood out the most to me. When I went onto YouTube and I started going through all of the Momoko music videos, like someone had it in a playlist and I just, all right, turn that on, listen to all the music. When I first heard that playlist, some songs were, okay, that's fine. These are my first impressions, first listens. But then one song that stood out was this song, Kokonatsu, because of the Kokoko part. It's so simple, it's so catchy, it like brings you in. So this is actually one of the first music videos I actually paid attention to.
It certainly stands out, especially with the choreography for it. Like for the chorus, the choreography just it's different. We'll put it that way.
It is. It's different.
But it also really stands out and it works as well. It's just not exactly normal. But yeah, I do like the music video. One thing that was quite nice about like the pre-Z is that they did more than one MV a single. So you got to have sometimes the B-side getting a music video.
Yeah, okay, so I do want to bring up a main point, pretty important. They have the main outfits for the song, right? And then they have also, the other outfits just throughout the music video. I don't like the main outfit for Coconuts. I really do not like it.
Yeah, the main outfits are very hit or miss with me.
Yeah, I could probably agree there, to be honest. It's not one of their best.
The main thing for me is the bra that is just on the outside of their clothes while they have a sailor top on. It's just out there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, and this is definitely towards the beginning of Momoclo. It is a bit fan servicey.
Yeah, which just sort of stopped that when they realized they didn't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they improved for that partially.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at this point in time, yeah, I could probably agree with that. But yeah, overall, the music video is good. It's just the outfits maybe not so much.
Yeah.
There's not really much to say about Coconut, really, apart from the dance.
I find that, like, this is obviously on a stage, but they make it look like they're in, like, a backyard, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, the dance is just weird.
You think the dance is weird?
I do.
I think the dance is really fun.
It's fun, but it's so weird. You can't deny that much, at least.
No, like, it's fun, in my opinion. It's something that everyone can get up and do.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's still weird. It can be fun and weird.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of choreography out there that's like even weirder.
Mm.
Like,
Off the top of my head,
Yeah. You started it.
yeah, you must have something in mind, don't you? Welcome to the Mononofu podcast,
come
where
to the Mononofu podcast.
we put Alberto on the spot all
And
the
he had
time.
no response.
Well,
One weird
I
part
wasn't
about this
expecting.
music. What?
Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One weird thing about this music video, in my opinion, is when they squirt water on them.
Yeah, that was weird.
Mm.
Like it's not even like they just throw a bucket of water at them, which they should have done. They just like squirt them with like a water gun.
The bucket of water would have at least been funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
but
I don't know what they were trying to achieve with the water gun.
oh well, whatever.
Yeah. So essentially, there's really not that much to talk about Coconutsu.
No. It's weird. That's it, basically.
Yeah,
However, I'd say there is a bit more to say about Mirai Bowl.
definitely. There is a pretty big thing in this music video.
The pretty much Grease references throughout it.
Yeah. Alberto, what do you think of Greece?
Mirai Bowl,
No,
I would have
not Mirai Bowl, Greece.
Yeah, Grease
Greece. I mean,
Lightning.
it's
Yeah. What'd you think about
Greece,
that?
Greece is pretty all right.
Go
All right.
Grease Lightning. Da, 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 da. Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning.
Lightning.
Mirai Bowl. Mirai Bowl.
Okay, but no, seriously, what's your opinion on Mirai Bowl?
Uh, Mirai Bowl, I would say of the pre-Z music videos is my favorite
Hmm.
Ooh.
because and uh for this I'm like talking about like the full version. I don't know how many people have seen it, but it's like they have the skits in between the verses and then skit at the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
where
Yeah.
like it actually plays out a story between these characters, which I really like. It gives off more like that musical feel.
Yeah.
Um, and it fits in with the song itself because the song is about like like I don't fully understand the song, but you look up the lyrics. It's about like you're finding young love and stuff like that, and the video itself gives off that feel. So you have like Danny and Sandy and these characters coming together, and then Adding's character leader like wants to fight Danny over Sandy's love and stuff like that. The story they tell is really nice.
Yeah. I think it's quite a well done video. Even if you weren't watching the full length version,
Right.
I think you still have a lot to take away from it.
I didn't even know there was like a full length version. I thought the short version was the full video.
No,
And you didn't know
there's
about
to be
you didn't
fair,
know about the play that they do.
the full version is quite hard to find. To be fair,
Well, I plan to eventually get a CD for this, which also has the DVD on it. I
and
already have the a variant of this CD, but it has Chimax instead.
Chimax.
Yeah, but we're not transitioning to Chimax right now. I do want to talk about Mirai Bowl.
Yeah, but I like the if you get to see the full length version, it is it's quite an interesting video because it's quite a lot different to. I mean, I feel like that's something you could say about pretty much every music video. That it's quite a bit different, but I feel like the fact that it's not like the full version isn't just like the song playing throughout, but it actually does physically stop the song
Yeah.
to tell stories. Like, I feel like any group, never mind just Momoclo, doesn't really do that.
I can't confirm.
But yeah, I just think it's quite a well done video, and I love the outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now hold on. The main outfit where they all have the hearts.
Yes, yes.
That is such a simplistically awesome outfit. I like
I agree.
it definitely complements the color scheme that they're going for. It was a really nice outfit. I like that. But then you also have the Grease costumes.
Yeah. I mean, I can look. I've got a poster of that one, and I am. It is a. They were the really nice outfits, the heart ones. But yeah, they are probably some of my favorite outfits actually that Momoclo have had for them.
Yeah, definitely I like the heart ones. But I don't know about that much. I don't know that much about the Grease costumes. Um, I mean, Akari, in my opinion, kind of looks the best of those with the the hair with their hair done.
Mm.
I don't really like Shiori's like wig and Momoka's wig. I don't like them.
Really? I like them.
I don't know.
The goofy
I'm
wigs, but the work.
Well, it probably makes sense with the full version.
Yeah. Although even then, I'd say it works without the full version.
Hmm.
Yeah. The video itself is good, even without like the skits, storytelling.
Yeah, I
I
think it
mean,
still tells a. I think it still tells a story. Oh my god, tells a story. With the short music video, because you still get the idea that uh this person is trying to win the heart of Kanako, right? Akari's trying to win the heart of Kanako, and they kind of have like that bowling sequence in the middle of it where like Akari squares off with. I'm
Yeah.
not even sure who it is. Yeah, is she against Arian?
she's yeah, she's against Adding's character.
And
Yeah,
then who's
fighting
Rennie?
fighting for the love.
Rennie is Adding's lackey.
Oh, okay. Well, I was able to get there some sort of conflict,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Kanako is kind of just the angel.
Yeah, and Shirin and Momoka are Akarin's lackeys.
Hmm.
They were the ones that got Kanako and Akari's characters together.
Basically.
Yeah, I really like the choreography. I'm kind of I like when I first saw this choreography, I'm like, oh wow, they can't do that with five people.
Mm.
Like how they start off equally with three people on the left, and then the three people on the right, kind of just doing the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's certainly a video that probably wouldn't work if Akarin had already left the group by then.
yeah. Well, luckily they got this in before she left.
Right.
But anyway,
Anyway,
Chimax.
hey, we skipped Pinky Jones.
I was actually leaving that one for last because
Okay,
We
we'll leave
also
it for last. We'll leave it for last.
we also skipped Kimita Sekai. You know.
Yeah, hopefully Jake will somehow awaken for us to discuss Pinky Jones with. Anyway, so we are going to go on with Chimax. Chimax is an awesome song, and this is a very interesting music video.
I don't like the music video for it.
Why not?
I think it's a bit dumb.
What's dumb about it?
I don't know. I get I get the whole theme of it with being like the boxing wrestling feel, which is partially inspired by Kawakami.
Uh
But
huh.
I just think the music video itself just isn't. I don't think it works really. I think it's a bit dumb.
Well, Like, what's so bad about it? Like, okay, so in the full version, like later on, they kind of get Rennie to dress up as like that old guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I find kind of just like, uh, really? I don't know. I don't really see why they threw in the old person at the end.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a reference to like a manga or something?
Um, I don't know in all honesty. But no,
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
not too sure on that.
I as much as I love the song and I love the dance for it, like the chorus dance where it's like you got the jump forward and then the jump backwards and stuff. I just
mm,
think the whole boxing ring and everything like that, it's I'm trying to think of the best word for it. It's over the top and it honestly takes away from the song, I feel.
are you saying they're like trying too hard?
Yeah. I think that's probably the
Mm,
best way to put it.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I see what you
Uh,
mean.
like, oh, this song's about like boxing, so we got to do like boxing stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
but I do like some of the cutaways when they kind of just like punch themselves, right? And
Make
then they
Oh
make the
yeah.
silly
silly faces.
faces. And
Yeah.
then for Kaneko, like she misses herself intentionally, and she's like, I didn't punch myself."
Yeah. I mean, there are good. I'm not saying it's a bad music video. I think it's my least favorite.
Just of these music videos that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, Alberto, what do you say to that?
Uh, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I wouldn't I wouldn't call this one my least favorite, but you know, it's not my favorite one either.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think is the worst music video of the bunch that we have pre Z era, and that's Kimito Sekai.
Yep.
Hmm.
I think this one's controversial, quote unquote. Like a lot of people kind of get in a fuss about this, at least on a specific forum that I think about. I'm not even sure if this guy has ever talked about this music video, but this music video, it's basically they're all like posing in front of like motorcycles, and then
Eating ice cream
they're eating ice cream the entire
and
time. They're trying to
and
eat it
absolutely nothing
sexily
else.
too.
Yeah. It's there's not much to it. Actually, now I say it with me like Max, I think this one might be a little worse. Just change my opinion now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like what we come to expect from Momoclo music videos. They don't
Yeah.
really sing it at all. They're just posing in front of motorcycles the entire time. And then when each member's part of the song happens, they cut to them in the video.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
close up of that member.
Yeah. And they're just sitting there eating ice cream for an obscene amount of time, and the ice cream is not going away.
How many ice creams do you think they went through in the filming of that music video?
Probably went through a lot.
Over the
Yeah, there's
Or
didn't.
not much to
actually,
this video.
actually, they probably didn't stay there for that long because they didn't sing in it. So
Mm.
they probably just took a bunch of footage, and with all that footage, they kind of just spread it out.
Yeah.
Like maybe they had multiple cameras going at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly.
And most of the video was in slow motion, if not all of it.
That too.
That also helps with spreading it out more.
Mm. Maybe.
Yeah,
Th-
and then like,
There's not a lot to it, really.
yeah, there's like no substance in this music video other than they're eating ice cream.
Yeah.
It's literally nothing else.
I
Well,
don't know.
each other music video has something to it.
My friend Melissa really likes this music video.
Hmm.
Yeah, she likes the way they look.
I mean, they do look good in it, but I just think the music video's not too good. Really, I don't think there's much more to say than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm kind of looking at this music video right now, and just some shots of Akari just eating the ice cream. She
Yeah.
looks kind of weird. Like she's just kind of looking at you like dead on, and she's just taking a lick. Okay, Akari, hi.
Anyway, finally, Pinky Jones.
Yeah, Frankie Jones, Choppa Choppa, Native Americans.
Yeah, Native Americans. Some people, I think, could get up in arms about it because of it being covering the Native Americans, but I don't really see where the problem is. Too
I don't.
much.
Yeah, I don't see it at all.
This is
Yeah.
another
Alberto, do
one
you see
where,
it?
I mean, not really. This is another one though that has like an opening skit to it, and I don't know if you guys have seen it.
No, I've not seen that version, no.
It starts with them like in the village,
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it.
and Arin and Akari like run in like,
Yeah.
and they're like announcing that like there's an attack on the village or something.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's 20.
apparently, okay. Apparently, I've seen this, but Mark hasn't. It's usually the opposite.
Yeah, I actually haven't.
Like
I
this is like
didn't.
one of the
Oh,
first music videos I that I actually looked out for.
I didn't realize it
Looked
was a
out for the
full
full version.
version. I didn't realize it was a full version. Not
Really?
gonna lie.
it's just a skit at the beginning, and then it's just version of the video,
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of premises the Choppa Choppa a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like they're called the Chapa Chapa tribe or something, and like their speaking patterns involve them saying it in sentences.
Eh.
But yeah,
Weird.
I suggest you
It
check
w-
that
it,
out.
w- it would
Mark.
make a lot more sense actually now you mention that. But yeah, I've never actually seen this
It's
full.
I'll probably just link it to you later.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very nice. Very nice premise in my opinion.
I, I, d-
It
I do like the Native American outfits.
yes.
I th- I
Yeah,
think I think because of the way like Native American dress is, I think the fact that they've got different colors as well also actually works quite well.
Not only that, but like have you noticed that each member has a different design altogether?
Yes, which doesn't usually happen with a lot of Mokro videos.
Yeah, like they usually have one like standard design and they just change the colors, which in
Yeah,
my opinion, that's awesome because that reminds me a lot of like Super Sentai and Power Rangers and stuff. That's really cool. But it's even like in this video, you it's kind of hidden. Like you take one look and you're like, "Oh, they're wearing similar outfits, but they're different colors." But then you look again, "Oh wait, they're different."
yeah, they're all pretty distinct, which I like.
Yeah.
mm,
Like Sherry's got a jacket, like Akari's wearing a dress. Momoka has a poncho.
yeah,
Kanako has the authentic Native American headdress.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite parts about the outfits. Like she wears the whole like headdress, but not in the
yeah.
music video actually.
Right.
She wears like a mini version of it.
But yeah, it's still a good video, I'd say.
Actually, she does wear the full headdress, but then when they do like the action bits, she uses the mini one.
Mm.
Right.
Mark,
So
what's your opinion on the part where they have the food dangling above the track, and
Oh
then
yeah,
Shiori?
where like they've got the Native American, then suddenly they're on like a track and field thing trying to get like bread.
Yeah,
It doesn't make much sense, but it's funny. It's funny. I did laugh quite a bit at that bit. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm like Akari's part though. Akari's part though.
Yeah.
She really shines in that bit. I really like how in the choreography they kind of just like bow down in front of the greatness that they are
B-
witnessing at that moment.
basically, yeah.
And then Akari again owns the camera. She knows how to look at the camera, and she's kind of just laying it down. This is like her part.
Yeah. Anyhow, we are getting on a bit, so I think it's probably best to wrap things up here. So overall, I think we've already said it, but basically, in a sentence, your favorite music video and why? Pre-Z era.
Pre-Z era, Alberto, lead us.
Pre-Z, my favorite is Meat Eye Bowl because of the story they tell, characters, they have that musical play sort of feel to it, and that's really what sets it apart from pretty much every other video they've done. Uh, shit.
Yeah. For me, it would be Ikaze Kaito Shoujo, because all hail made cheering, and the video's good anyway, but all hail made cheering.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Now let's see. What about mine? It's gonna be a tie. I like two music videos a lot, and I'll tell you why. I like Memorial Punch, and I also like Yakuza Kaito Shoujo, but it's kind of unfair uh, that they're kind of compared together because Yakuza Kaito Shoujo is their first big, breakthrough,
mm,
and then Memorial Punchy is their first big indie breakthrough. So they're two different eras, quote unquote. Originally, we were gonna do era by era and start with indies, but we realized that there's only two music videos for the indie era, so we
yeah.
decided to just go pre-Z. And then so yeah, I'm gonna have to say a tie between those two music videos because they kind of represent a very significant part in Momoko history, and they are really nice music videos.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All
Anyway,
right.
um, worst music video is a unanimous Kimito Sakai, right?
Yep.
100%.
It's not bad because of the content. Well, it's bad because of the lack of content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Remember when
yeah.
I said that Memorial Punch is bare bones? Kimita Sekai is probably the definition of bare bones.
Yeah.
Here they
The
are.
man, they're just kind
Here's
of there.
here's the song. Enjoy it.
Well, to be fair, at least the song is good, and you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the actual choreography for Kimito Sekai.
If only they did it in the video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a pretty long episode.
It was mainly because of the news and because we had a little extra bit with and interviewed Alberto, but we've gone up almost 2 hours at this point.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah. Apologies for the inconsistencies, but
Yeah,
we're,
we do.
this is our first podcast.
Yeah, we do plan to keep it between an hour and a half to 2 hours, but this is at the very upper echelon.
Yeah. Anyway, closing thoughts, final opinions. Anyone?
All hail made cheering,
All hail Maid Shori.
and all
If you're
listen
gonna
to
walk away,
Momoko's solo songs.
yeah.
We're gonna be listening to that like immediately after, right after we turn it off.
Basically. Well, I might sleep because it's 1 o'clock for me in the morning.
Dang.
But when I wake up tomorrow, I might listen to them again.
Absolutely. Well then, people, hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. Let us know how we're doing. We're on Twitter. I think we're at Mononofu underscore podcast. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
No, at
At
Mononofu underscore
Mononofu
cast.
underscore cast.
Man,
Get our Twitter right at least. Come on now.
sorry, jeez. Anyway, if you're
And
watching
before this
live
goes
on
any
the
further,
if you're watching live on the live stream, you already know where to subscribe. Hit that big red button. Subscribe to Mononofu podcast on YouTube, and we're also on iTunes. I think we were trying to get on Google Play, but we're on
Yeah,
iTunes definitely.
I haven't had time to sort out the Google Play stuff, so that's still a ongoing thing. And we might have it up by next episode, but I'm not going to make a guarantee this time just in case I don't make it. Because I do have exams and I'm getting busy, so...
one last word before we go off.
Yeah.
Aaron and Mark, thank you guys for having me.
You're very
this
welcome.
was fun. Sucks that Jake couldn't join us because he's still unconscious.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still unconscious.
Well, we hope he's unconscious, otherwise we're going to have to find a good way to dispose of the body.
Well, yeah. And to those of you guys listening, thanks for tuning in.
Yes. And just to please Tammy in the chat here, all hail Takagi. Ready.
All hail the Almighty! This is why I didn't join in on the Mate Shiori.
All hail
betray.
All hail Shrine
I would
Maiden
never-
Rennie.
I would never betray my goddess. Ever.
Shrine Maiden Rennie. But yeah, with that, we will catch you all next episode in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
Have a good 2 weeks.
Happy birthday, Yuri and Arin.
Yes, happy birthday. And by next episode, it will be happy birthday to Rennie as well. So,
Yep.
happy birthday, our June babies. And peace out.